Hi, my name is Evan Erickson. I am a clarinetist and composer. I live here in Dubuque, Iowa. I've been playing clarinet for around 7 years now, composing for 3.5, and I'm pretty active in the Dubuque area and across Iowa. I was a 3-year All-Stater across high school, and I went to Hempstead High School participating in the band program, and I was also involved in the Dubuque Symphony Youth Ensembles, the youth orchestra for all 4 years. I started playing clarinet in 6th grade. I chose the instrument because just a little bit before I started middle school, my dad told me that his biggest regret in life was never getting involved in music, and something about that stuck with young me. And I heard an announcement over the intercom on one of the first days of middle school, and it said that they needed clarinet players, so I just walked in and told the band director that, I don't know, I was interested. And since then, I've been playing the same instrument and getting better and better, and it's brought so much joy and fun to my life. Some of my highlights have been from going to All-State and just getting to meet lots and lots of new people. So many of my closest friends and mentors are through music. It's been very fulfilling to me socially, and getting to have something to consistently work on and improve on, and it really helps me hold myself accountable to a consistent schedule and different goals and things to work towards. As I started to play clarinet more and be in ensembles, the music that we were playing and just getting to hear and enjoy classical music kind of pushed me into wanting to create my own music. That it became a lot more special as I composed more and more, to be able to have this little thing that I can create and put all of my own original ideas into to create like a piece of music that is unique to my own style and ideas. That like I can write music that can be played by instrumentalists like me. That it's another rewarding hobby and something that is still music that I have found just a separate path to go down and kind of work together with my clarinet playing. So I'm a self-taught composer, and it's been like, it started off very slowly. Of course, there's been 3 separate programs that I've learned individually, and usually it comes that like I start on a weaker platform. I learned the basics and kind of just messed around with no input. I taught myself bass clef because I didn't know that as a clarinetist. We only play in treble. And just as I grew more and more, I think it'd be just like using Photoshop or anything like that, that a specific program and your own skills as you experiment and just find out what you really want to do with the ideas in your head. You upgrade like programs and just learn more about the ways that the interface works. And I have listened to enough music, and I listen back to my own music quite a lot to hear what I want to improve for a different piece, for an upcoming one, that maybe I didn't like how repetitive this one section was, or the transition was bad, that the next time I go into a new project I can find the new different ways to make the music grow and grow into like an original, better piece. So I composed a lot of just like, kind of experimental pieces for the first 2.5 years. Of course, I had some finished projects, but they weren't really like the level I wanted. But finally, last year in 2020, I saw a competition that I had just recently finished a cello piece written for my girlfriend that I thought was really the first piece that would have been special enough to submit. And I submitted to it, and I was one of the co-winners of the high school division for the contest, and my piece was just performed a month ago. It was for the Iowa Composers Forum's 2020 annual student competition. And since then I have not submitted to any more contests, but I have started having more of my works performed, and I'm starting to become more active as a composer. I was just commissioned by the Dubuque Symphony Orchestra to write a piece for this Summer Melodies concert, and I'm premiering a clarinet work that I wrote in dedication to my dad next month at my recital. So my piece for the Summer Melodies concert is called Taste of the Orchestra. The background behind how it came to be commissioned was last year, after winning the competition, I decided I wanted to experiment with the orchestra a bit, and I wrote a piece called Suite of Minimalism, featuring, or based off of some of the prime minimalist composers from the 20th century, and I wrote this piece, and it was my first really impressive and piece that I was really proud of, and it was written for a full orchestra. I showed it to the director of the Dubuque Symphony, William Intrigligator, and he asked me to sit down with him for coffee to discuss about the piece, and we ended up deciding that I would write a new piece for this concert. And I went home and started brainstorming how I wanted to make this piece come to life. So Taste of the Orchestra is written specifically for this orchestra, and I took a lot of what I learned from my Suite of Minimalism to bring out as many textures and ideas as I could, but I was given a 3.5 minute time to compose for. The suite was 9 minutes long, and I really had a lot that I didn't know the next time I would have a live orchestra play my own piece, that I needed to express as much as I could while making it a cohesive and nice piece. So I kind of came up with this idea to make it a bit of a sampler, like a charcuterie board almost, that there's little bits and pieces of it that I think show off special ideas, and I think there's 3 main sections that the audience will be able to pick out little sections that they like, and maybe some of them they won't like, but it's meant to flow with little motifs written about, and just experiments as much as I can with the orchestration I was given. If you want to learn more about me and hear some of my other works than Taste of the Orchestra, I can be found on evanericksonmusic.com. It is my new site with my biography and links to my YouTube account with all of my compositions and performances that I can publicly share. And then I am going to be having my music on Spotify soon, that I'll have a link up there, but I think it'll probably just be Evan Erickson once it all processes. I was the winner of the 2020 Dubuque Symphony Concerto Competition over Carl Maria von Weber's second clarinet concerto. I'm going to be playing the 3rd movement, and this is a really special event for me that it's a dream come true to be able to stand in front of an orchestra and play a piece, but then directly after have myself featured as a composer, and it feels like it's a feature concert of my time throughout high school, and I'm very excited to present this to the friends and family that I've come to love and the public audience, and I'm very thankful to the Dubuque Symphony for giving me this extraordinary opportunity, and I've been so excited about it for the last half a year, and this concert coming up, it's going to be a very special one. Hope all of you can come.